Hello, invaders. Welcome back to another episode of the Pitch Invaders podcast. We are here today, me and Amir, with a special guest, David from Florida, all the way from Florida, man. What's up, dude?
Would like to be presented as the 2025
What-
fantasy draft champion by a
No,
long mile. No competition.
no.
Just putting that out there.
You
But
started
yeah,
off with that. That's
I'm
We
funny.
need to
great.
send you.
I'm great, guys. Thank you for
We
having
still
me.
need. Need to send you the trophy.
I
Man,
know.
I know. I didn't know there was a trophy for it, but
But
I got a
I don't
really
know.
nice, get a really nice jersey because of it.
And
So
you
I'm
made
thankful for
sure
you
you
guys.
made sure to represent the world champion shirt and all of that. Coming in hot, Chelsea fan.
Yeah, and losing 3-1 leads.
We're
That's
gonna
the
get into
Chelsea
it.
way. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm excited to talk about one of my favorite things to do and watch, and
Yeah, man.
yeah, I'm honored to be here, and yeah, can't wait to get started.
For everyone listening, we're very excited to have David because he he brings hot topics. He obviously he's a Chelsea fan, so different perspective, and he definitely won't hold back against the enemies, which is me, Liverpool, and Man City. So that's what we need. That's what we need. So it's going to be an entertaining episode. Before we get into it, real quick, David did some pregame predictions for the Chelsea Arsenal game. So we're going to insert that right here, and we'll see how David did.
Hey Amir, hey Max, how are you guys? I'll give my own prediction pre-game, and then we can react to it for the big clash, coming up, Chelsea versus Arsenal. It is going to be an exciting game. I don't expect that game to be one for the highlight reel. There's not going to be a lot of highlights. There's going to be a straight chessboard kind of game between two great tacticians. I think right now up there with Company. Let's get into it. I think Chelsea versus Arsenal, this match is all about identity. Okay? Chelsea right now feel like a reactive knockout style team. They're not going to be dictating games 90 minutes. They thrive when the game becomes chaotic and when it becomes moments based. And Arsenal is everything the opposite of that. They're a winning machine. They're a well-oiled train, and right now they're ticking on all cylinders. And they're always thinking, "Give us the next opponent. Give us the next opponent." They know their patterns and they suffocate you and make your life very difficult with consistency. One big note though for Arsenal, I think Gabriel is going to be a huge miss. I used to belittle this guy. I remember back when he started for Arsenal, I was dead wrong. I think he's one of Arsenal's best players, and he's one of the reasons why their set piece tactics is so lethal. For Chelsea, the issues are still the same: inconsistencies across the board, especially when it comes to defense and defending set pieces, which ironically Arsenal is very good at. The good news is though, they are at home, and to them, they want to stop their rival from winning the title. And I know the crowd will definitely be up for it. But in order for them to beat a team like Arsenal, they need another performance like they delivered against Barcelona. Basically, Chelsea is going to be that small guy fighting heavyweight, a tall guy. They're going to want to make it rugged. They're going to want to make it chaotic. They're going to use Caicedo for that, or he's destroying or trying to destroy every single possession. For me, the one player I think I'm expecting, if Chelsea was to play well, and get a result, it's going to be Malo Gusto. I think he's going to be a very, very important outlet in that game. Now, what can Chelsea do to hurt Arsenal? It is to stretch the field. And I think Arsenal's strength is in the middle. So if Chelsea play narrow, they lose that battle instantly. And for Chelsea also, second point is to defend set pieces like their lives depend on it, and use that tool to transition. Chelsea's power is in quick transitions. If they use Arsenal's set piece tactics against them, I think that can tilt the tide a little bit to Chelsea's field. Prediction, with me taking off my Chelsea hat off, uh, I want to say it's 2-1 Arsenal. But with me being the biased person I am, I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea because if Chelsea makes it ugly, and to Arsenal, that's just another game. Unless everything goes perfectly for them, the rhythm, the structure, maturity, that is definitely in Arsenal's favor. But if Chelsea can make this a knockout game vibe, I would say Chelsea is probably would be my pick. 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1, fully biased and shamelessly so.
All right. Well, thank you, David, for
I know who
that.
that guy is.
Thank you for that great prediction. I don't know what I haven't seen it, so I don't know how accurate
Yeah,
you were.
it's a surprise.
There were
It's a
some right
surprise for Max.
things. There were some right things. There were some wrong things, but all in all, I'm not mad about my prediction. I feel like I did okay.
Give me your. So we'll start off with the first game. We'll start off with Chelsea Arsenal. I think the hottest game of that weekend. What was your reaction to that game, and how was the result compared to what you thought?
The result didn't shock me, and the performance didn't shock me. The performance from Arsenal did. I thought this would be a game where Arsenal can like kind of show
Yeah.
and flex their muscles a little bit, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen at no point in the game. Like me watching it, I'm not saying that by any means a dig. And in my prediction, I give Arsenal plenty of credit because they deserve it this season. They've been, let's say it. I mean,
Team
they've
in the
been the
league.
clear favorites. They're
Yeah.
the only team that looked like title winners, or at least looked the part. But for some reason, they just never geared that game. They
Hmm.
it never there was that machine looked like it didn't have oil that day.
Yeah. That's a good way.
Yeah, and and we gotta address it, of course, because it was one of the biggest highlights of the game. The red card.
Yes.
Let's
You agreed.
address it. Clear red card,
Okay.
of course.
Just making sure.
Probably the only decision Anthony Taylor got
Was
right in the game, and it was via the video assistant referee. It wasn't even him.
yeah.
He lost control of the game very quickly. He was handing out cars like Christmas.
I was gonna say after 15 minutes, it was already like 3 yellow cards.
The entire back four of Arsenal were booked.
Well, I didn't even realize
Cucurella
that.
was booked. So yeah, I mean, it will never cease to amaze me why Anthony Taylor is still one of the highest profile referees.
Yeah.
Every fan base has beef with him at this point. But
Hashtag Anthony Taylor.
yeah, I mean, but look, this is not a referee podcast, but yeah, it's definitely a red card. I do think Hinkapie's elbow on Chalobah could have been a conversation.
Mhm.
Okay. I missed that one.
Yeah, and he only got a yellow card for it. The kicker for me was the Jokeres one, the one he two-footed Sanchez. I thought that was a clear
Yeah,
red, in my
I
opinion.
think, in my opinion too, because it was too risky and like
So he like went in flying two-footed in Sanchez's face. I don't know what else he could have done not to
Yeah.
get a red.
I mean,
Um,
he technically in the law of the game, he didn't have the ball in possession. It's a 50-50. Obviously, he's endangering the other keeper, but is it technically a foul, like by the book? Like
I mean,
50-50?
it is a foul, so
it's a risky
given as a
play.
yellow card.
Yeah.
In terms of a technicality, I think the issue is for me, and Max and Amir, you guys can put in two and two together
Yeah.
here. The issue for me is the inconsistencies of these
100%.
decisions,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm gonna track back a little bit here and bring up. Maybe this is gonna sound a little Chelsea centric, but if any of you remember the Jackson red card versus Newcastle, that was the same exact one as Hinkapie. He
Mhm.
got sent off for that.
Yeah.
Bentancur
I've seen many players get sent off for similar
and
situations. Yeah.
Bentancur versus Reece James, that was the exact same thing as Caicedo and Mikel Merino. Why was that not a red card? In my opinion, Caicedo deserved the red for sure. He's gonna be a big loss, definitely, and we kind of saw that today. I'm gonna swiftly move on now from the referee's decisions now that they're out of the way. This game did deserve though the cards and the bookings.
It was a very
It was a
physical
very
game.
physical
I was
game,
just about to
but
say
yeah,
that.
very physical game. You saw Chelsea players just coming in and charging, and same with Arsenal players. But I think I just definitely want to talk about all the debates pre-game and before the game were Rice, Enzo, Caicedo, Zubimendi.
Yeah.
The star of the show was Reece James. He's a great player, man. It's crazy, you know, in a world, and especially the nature of the game now, how everything became spending central.
Hmm.
They're all trying to find that jewel in the crown, that money ball approach. But the player that you're looking for could be from your
Your youth
academy
academy,
all along.
100%.
And Reece James is that. He's deservedly the captain. I am very grateful he's able to be healthy now. Full year without injuries, which is
I mean, I
unheard
credit
of.
it to the management. Like you guys are, because he pisses me off in fantasy because he gets dropped a game or he plays 20
Horrible
minutes.
fantasy player, man.
So like I had to get rid of him because I can't do it anymore. But that's how it's working, is because he's not playing 90 every game, which is really smart because they're getting the most out of it. So well done to whatever Chelsea is doing. I don't know if
Yeah,
they still
he's
have
on
that
that
medical lady that they had during Mourinho, or what if
Eva
she's,
Carnero.
yeah, I don't know if she's still there or who's there now, but
Yeah, I mean he's on that Philip Lahm, Joshua Kimmich trajectory now, where he shifted from right back
yeah, yeah.
to a drifting inward, kind of a DM. But for him to bust that midfield with 10 men
Mhm.
and outplay Arsenal, I think this deserves a lot of credit. And I'm gonna mention once now. I'm gonna flip it over to Arsenal.
Yeah.
From Arsenal's perspective, they're gonna think, well, this was a tough week. They played the North London derby, Bayern, and finally a away trip at Stamford Bridge. No Gabriel, no Saliba. I gave Gabriel a lot of credit in my prediction, rightfully so. He's one of the Arsenal's best players, most important players. So they're gonna think, yeah, we came out with the least amount of wounds here. Title charge is not off. We didn't lose at Stamford Bridge.
Yes.
For Chelsea's perspective, they're gonna think we outplayed Arsenal. Um, we outplayed Arsenal. We scored from a set piece versus the set piece team.
Mhm.
That's literally what the commentator said.
Yeah, so set piece versus the set piece team. But one negative about each team, you outplayed Arsenal with 10 men. But it didn't have to be that way. You didn't have to get a man sent off. Caicedo, I mean, I give Caicedo a lot of credit, but that was a big mistake, big error. Out of 100 challenges, he gets one wrong. Happens to be that one wrong with a red card in the London derby.
It's only his second career red card, I think, or something like that. So that's what I heard.
That was his first,
His first. Wow.
first,
First, wow.
first career red card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For Arsenal, their biggest disadvantage is that their midfield never didn't look comfortable. They
Yeah.
didn't look like when it came up against a physical team who wanted to go at them and punch them in the teeth, they didn't have an answer.
Mhm.
As a Chelsea fan, and I'm not gonna hide my bias, I think it could have been a much better game for us
With
if
11
Caicedo
men.
was on the pitch. But yeah, I do think I did okay in my prediction, and we're gonna probably talk about Chelsea v Leeds and why this result
Yeah.
makes sense. The nature of the team it is right now, they're young, so they're gonna raise up their level to the opposition, but that also means they're gonna lower it for the opposition. That's exactly what happened today. We're gonna talk about that later, but I'll
Yeah.
flip it over to you guys. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? So I'll leave over the floor to you.
Amir, you go first.
Okay. I think I agree with David about the that Chelsea managed the game very well in terms of taking it out of like the tactical side and exposing the physical aspect of things, especially against Arsenal, which they definitely looked very uncomfortable. You can see the intensity from the Chelsea players playing at home. It felt like they really wanted this win more than Arsenal players. I mean, you could introduce fatigue to this, and maybe Arsenal coming out from a long week against tough opponents. This could
Yeah.
have an aspect. Losing Gabriel and Saliba too, they probably didn't want yet another player injured in this game because they were. I think we're in a pace now where we're playing a game every 3 days, so you really need every single player
Yeah.
that you can have in the next few games. But I honestly, I think from a tactical side, I was really fascinated by how Mariska managed to play with 10 men against this Arsenal team. One thing that I want to mention, I think Chelsea has so many joker players that really makes them very hard to pressure and man mark. Like if you put like the pressure scheme for like from Arsenal, like or from any other team that would play Chelsea, and you tell your player you're gonna landmark this person or you're gonna landmark this person, it's gonna be easily this Chelsea team will be able to get out of pressure so easily by getting you out of formation if you decide to do
Yeah.
man marking.
Yeah.
Like you start to see Malo Gusto like in certain spots and certain spaces on the field that probably if someone is man marking him, like if they will not be able to chase him all the way because they will be completely out of position. So they have to pass it on to the next player, and it can get confusing. And I think this is where Chelsea really improved this year. I think it's something that probably, I mean, we could have seen it maybe last year with one player or so, but now I feel like you have at least like 3 or 4 players that can do the same. I don't know, David, if you agree, but of course, Reece James is the best out of all. I think he can fit in like so many positions and
Yes. The most
replace
versatile defender.
yeah, any of the players. I want to also comment on one thing. Maybe Arsenal didn't look as comfortable because of playing without Gabriel and Saliba, or one of them.
Agreed.
Like
Agreed.
Mosquera
Yeah.
and Hincapié.
They don't
Of
have a
course,
partnership yet. I don't know how good their chemistry is.
and I think also they're not used to pressing up and high. Like in terms of holding the defense line as high as Saliba and Gabriel,
Yeah.
and both in like in defense, but also like I don't know if you guys maybe have noticed this, but most of the Arsenal game when Arsenal is attacking, Gabriel and Saliba are way
Like the halfway.
like almost to the other box or like almost to
Oh.
that 2/3 of the field, and they are comfortable pushing up that high to support the attack and to help with the build-up. Of course, Mosquera and Hincapié cannot do
Not gonna
that,
do that.
and which left a lot of gap in the field, which I think Chelsea
It's
were
no
able
dig
to.
to them. They're just not Gabriel
Yeah,
and Saliba.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're new. They're new to the system. It's not
yeah.
their fault. They were
No,
just flung into this position.
100%. And they're doing pretty good for being rotation. I mean, they fit in
Yeah,
pretty good.
Arsenal's depth is scary.
Yes. And they still had Ben White on the bench. And, I mean,
Like
Lewis
third
Kelly
string
and
at that point.
yeah. But credit to Chelsea
I want to
for
mention one thing before we move
yeah.
on from that game. I really liked how we stopped their set pieces. It looked completely nullified, and I think the way they did it was that whenever Arsenal had a corner, Chelsea put their entire front three on the halfway line.
Yeah.
So Arsenal was forced to grab 3 defenders to mark them man to man. So it left the entire area empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sanchez was just claiming the cross. It looked completely nullified, and kind of gives me the question which Arsenal would have to answer. Did Chelsea give the blueprint to how to stop Arsenal's set pieces?
I don't know. I can't give a full justification unless Gabriel is on the pitch because he's the corner king.
Agreed.
I just
Yeah.
but
he's the target man.
still the strategy. I mean the tactic. It's pretty ballsy to do that. I will say to take three Chelsea players out of the box rather than marking. You said you had them like closer to the halfway line, right? So
Yeah,
you
with
only
10
have
men. So the idea was if because a corner, let's face it, no matter how good Arsenal is at
yeah
corners and set pieces, a conversion rate is low,
yeah
right? So if all you need is one bad cross, Sanchez will just fling the ball and it's
100%.
1-on-1.
When you do that, though, you have to do zonal marking, which is like because you don't have enough
And I
bodies.
think most teams nowadays do hybrid,
Yeah,
1-on-1 and zonal. But I did like that fact. I just wanted to point it
no, that's
out.
very smart.
But Arteta is a smart man. He's gonna take this, realize it's 2 points lost, of course.
Yeah,
Chelsea's gonna think it's 1 point gained. At the end of the day, this is major because Chelsea now kind of stopped Arsenal from going 7 or 9 points clear.
uh
If that had happened, we're gonna be talking about a season over already. Everything might happen, but 9 points clear going to December could have been game over. They are the clear favorites, let's face it, but
And you saying that, I was just gonna say, it just makes me realize even more how much of the game has changed in the since Pep Guardiola and Klopp came, that it's more so much about tactics, that a team can win solely on tactics. It wasn't about skill. I
A
mean,
chessboard now.
it's all like you
Mhm.
set up the right way, you know how to beat the team. You don't necessarily need to have power, and I mean, I don't know, it's just Mariska, like if these people have like PhDs in this like stuff, that's how I imagine it. Like they're both super smart
And
people
they're
that,
both Guardiola students
so
too.
it's this is like, yeah,
Yeah. I just want to
Guardiola
raise
got
one
so bored, he got two people to
you got
compete
two
with him.
battle ones.
and another one in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And another one in Spain
oh
if
my
you
God.
count Xabi Alonso as one of
Yeah,
Guardiola's students.
Alonso comes to Liverpool. Oh my God, this will be the trifecta. Like it'll be the three. Wow.
I do have complaint
How did
about
you guys
Mariska though.
do? Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna ask, how did you guys do on your own prediction for that game last week?
I have to go back and check,
I
but
said Arsenal was gonna win, so I was wrong.
yeah.
I think I said
Did I
2-1.
predict the tie, Max?
I think so. I think
I
you.
think I predicted a tie.
Pretty sure. I don't know if it was 1-1, but
Yeah,
it might have been 2-2. I had
but
to look too.
I'll double check. But I have one complaint about Mariska that I feel, I don't know if you can agree, David, but he focuses really well on the big games, but when it comes to small teams, he really doesn't put the same effort.
I will say one thing: he is learning. We got to remember this Chelsea team is fresh off the packet.
Yeah.
And Maresca, what he's done right now, achieving top four last season. If we're looking holistically, Maresca has massively overperformed with the
Mhm.
squad. We can talk about the 1 billion spend. We can talk about, but roster on paper, he didn't choose this, right? He didn't choose this team. He's massively overperformed. Now, that being said, he's also a young manager. So he's gonna want to prove himself against the Barcelonas, against the Arsenals, against the Liverpools. He will want to now, that being said, with a young group of players like that, it's very hard to keep them in check every single game. I mean, Arteta has been trying to do that for 6 years straight, right? And he's only just now, he's about to crack the code. It takes a very long time, and you guys are experiencing this right now with the new generation coming into your players, right? Liverpool right now is finding out that if you buy the best players in the league,
Doesn't work.
it's not going to work, right? And same for City. They've when you get caught in a change of generations, it's very hard to keep those players mentally ready. That's why they turn up for the bigger games more, because they want to prove themselves. And also, I don't know what it is. People just always discount Chelsea to them from their perspective, right? PSG, Barcelona, Liverpool. It's always the major consensus is that people are gonna pick, when in fact it's the most awful underdog team that you want to face. Because when Chelsea has no expectations, they're gonna bite you.
Let's get into the Leeds game. How about that? Since we're already
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
talked
yeah.
about it, you kind of touched on it, but how do you justify a 3-1 loss to
There's no justification.
17th
No,
place
this
Leeds?
this was an embarrassing performance from the first minute.
What went
But
wrong?
does it the everything? I mean, you just know from, I think they scored at the 5th minute.
Yeah.
We looked lethargic. We didn't mentally, huh?
Was it down to fatigue or is it just
Could be a factor, but reality is there is no justification to what happened today. It's not like, if we lose on a bad day and we still can't convert chances, or we being wasteful, so be it,
yeah,
right? But today wasn't the case. Let's not be unfair. Leeds deserved every single point they got today. They've outplayed us in all fashions, right? That right there is exactly what I'm talking about. Chelsea is a knockout team. And it's not a bad thing,
yeah,
right? We got one of the best ever knockout teams is Real Madrid, right? However bad they are, they're still gonna beat you on their day.
yes.
Chelsea is just not a league team. They can beat the Liverpools, they would lose to the Leeds, right? They can beat the Barcelona, they'd lose to the Sunderlands. It looks confusing. the neutral supporter, but it actually makes perfect sense because this team is so immature to the point where they can't stay completely focused for the 60 game season. If they are, they would win the league. Simple as that. But reality is Chelsea is gonna be
An up and down
within the
team.
top four, top five team for now. Because let's face it, Robert Sanchez, he's doing okay now. He's improved. I'll give him
He had
credit.
a pretty good
He's not
game against Arsenal. I mean, he was good.
he'd have that game, he'd have the PSG game, but then he'd have the Sunderland game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he
It reminds me of like Pepe
and
Reina or somebody that's super inconsistent. Like
and
a
again,
little.
Pepe Reina never won the league title, so
Yeah.
that kind of goes to show. And I think someone actually said it perfectly. Chelsea right now with Maresca resembles a lot Liverpool under Rafa Benitez.
Yeah. We're-
Chelsea's not going to win the league title
Yeah.
this year. Let's be real. They're not. They might push Arsenal at best, but they're not winning the
So
league.
how many years? How far do you think they are away from actually being title contenders? Like how many years, or just next season?
No, I don't think they're far at all. I think that, but the thing is, they need to make their own formula, right?
Hmm.
There's many formulas to winning the league title. Man City had many.
Yeah.
Liverpool had a couple, right? Chelsea had previously. There is many formulas to winning, and they just need to figure out who they are. Being a cup team or being a knockout team, just showing up for the one-off games where your opponents are a big profile game might win you a cup, might win you the FA Cup. Heck, on a very, very good
Club
season,
World
if
Cup.
the chance it could win you a Club World Cup or the Champions League,
Yeah.
right? Because it's the same opponents. But that's the reality of things. That's why Chelsea excels more at the cup competitions and knockout competitions. A group of players like this, they're okay. I mean, I don't really want to go there, but I want to give Maresca some grace here because he's without his three best players. He's without Palmer, he's without Caicedo, he's without Colwell, who's got an ACL. Colwell
Again.
was one of the most important players.
Again, right?
No,
Wasn't
that
he
was his
injured
Yeah.
first.
last season?
No, that was Fofana. So Fofana is back, but
Okay.
Colwell has an ACL, and Colwell was one of the most important players.
Yeah. These soft players.
So I do think Maresca is doing well. Are they far off? No, they're not far off. And the league table kind of shows it. And how they played against Arsenal shows it. They can do it in big games, but can you do it in small games? That's what they're lacking.
If you were gonna, I don't mean to interrupt, but
No, go ahead.
if
It's
you
okay.
were going to point out any missing pieces in this team, at least what comes out to me is you are stuck with Delap. Delap is the only option, and João Pedro hasn't necessarily showed that his best position is a striker. He likes to play behind the striker. And you guys got rid of Nicholas Jackson, which I don't necessarily disagree with because he was clashing with Palmer. But what do you agree with having Delap as your sole number 9? And or do you guys think that's a piece that's the crucial piece that's missing?
I think it's very early to judge because Palmer only played 4 games this season.
Yeah.
Today was the 5th game. We don't know how that attack is going to shape up. Delap, he's a good striker. I mean, last season kind of showed it. He's very physical. Today,
But a starting
I can't
striker
get.
for the top 4? I don't
We
know.
don't know. I mean, that is gonna. But I mean, we said the same about other players, and they kind of shone.
He just reminds me of like a
So
Solanke. He didn't make it enough for Liverpool. He drops down to like a Bournemouth
or
and does
Chelsea.
really good. I don't know if he's a starter for that kind of team.
History kind of shows us you don't need a very, very top striker to win the league. What you
Yeah.
do need, which Chelsea lacks,
Defense.
top goalkeeper. I'm convinced you cannot win the league without a top goalkeeper.
100%.
And you need a top center back. And Chelsea doesn't have either. I mean, City won 4 back-to-backs without a striker.
That's just
with
false.
Raheem Sterling being there.
False 9.
Yeah, I mean, history kind of shows us, but maybe the game is changing.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I
And
think it's going back to the traditional striker now
yeah,
Yeah.
as a target man to help you
Thanks to Holland.
without pressure. Yeah. Yeah.
if
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
have another question, go ahead.
No. I didn't have a question. I was just gonna say,
Now, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you. Now, flipping it back over, you probably talked about this. What kind of, because last year's league title, right, was one of the first league titles I've seen in recent memory being won with very pragmatic football, like what Arnie Slaw. Typically, the way that a league winning, a
yeah.
title winning team in my head is a very systematic team. Like, what, this is why I'm saying it. Arsenal are clean favorites because they're very systematic. They will choke you with how systematic they are. Man City are. Jurgen Klopp's league title was a very systematic one. Do you think that's part of the issue now, that pragmatism is coming now to bite you in the butt? Or you think the issue is not in the pragmatism, the issue is just in leadership fading or new players or new chemistry?
Here, do you have an answer?
I'm just asking
Well,
for your
I
opinion.
had to search up pragma. I was searching up on the other screen. Go ahead,
I
man.
But
honestly think from
basically, Liverpool played very knockout style football last season, and it worked out in their favor, right? Because Arsenal came
yeah,
February, they were getting red cards every game and losing to Bournemouth and Southampton and stuff. But well, I
I
don't
think when
think
it
they've
comes
lost to Southampton. But
when it comes to the league title, it's really all about building confidence. And once you get to a certain point, like you said, David, it's like you build that momentum, and the more comfortable the player gets, the more games they win, they gain that confidence. The system just works, and you already go in the game feeling, I already won. I just need to get my job done and clock out at the end of the day. And I agree with you that maybe Liverpool last year, it was a bit of a surprise for everyone how they played, because it was still a little different from how they used to face Liverpool back in the day. Like just the intense pressure, high speed games versus like we've seen Liverpool starting to like score early goals or try to get the win early and then just kill the game basically by holding the ball and playing it around, keeping possession. This year, I think it's really like there is a systemic issue with the style of play. In addition to adding all the new players, and it's not helping that they're not winning. Like it was okay when they were getting those last minute winners.
everything is okay when you're winning.
We're jumping to Liverpool. I'm gonna get
The
tissues out, man. I can't.
even though I mean everyone was criticizing their wins, don't get me wrong, but the moment they lost their first game, everyone was pointing at the problem.
The PSG game kind of exposed a lot of cracks, I feel,
Yeah,
and since then they haven't fully recovered, because I think that kind of shocked the confidence in the team, and they practically got there at the end because Arsenal just wasn't there.
I think we kind of already kind of shifted to Liverpool. Do you guys want to jump to that? To those
Yeah,
two
yeah,
Liverpool games?
Yeah,
yeah.
We can. We're starting with the we thought is the bounce back. Obviously not. Liverpool win 2-0 against West Ham. I saw the game. I didn't think it meant anything. Honestly, I could care less. But the biggest takeaway was Slot had the balls to drop Mohamed Salah, the top scorer for the past 7 seasons, and he had the audacity to do it again today against Leeds. It paid off. Isak got a goal, but again, we played pretty crappy. We got lucky against a scrappy West Ham team that didn't play good, and it's the same problems. And then today against Leeds, it was I'm kind of just combining both games. It was the
against
same kind of
Sunderland,
problem.
Sunderland,
Sunderland,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I'm
It
going one
was
0 down.
yeah. It could have easily finished
Chiesa saved his
2-1.
job.
Chiesa,
he
and
did.
this is the first time, guys, that I always stick by managers. Unfortunately, this is the first time, not even the past 5 games that we've lost. This is the first time that I have the feeling to say Slot out. The biggest reason is it's not because he's benching Salah. It's because I do not understand the man management. I do not understand the decision making, rotating in Chiesa. Chiesa, every time he comes in, he's hungry. He contributes to the team. Wataru Endo has played 36 minutes in the Premier League. He could easily come in and fill in for McAllister, who has been crap the whole entire season. I mean,
Very
there's
poor.
Joe Gomez has been playing great at right back. Why is it coming till now for him to play? There's a lot of decisions that I do not understand, and I'm kind of just getting sick of it. And the game, we didn't deserve a 1-1. I mean, we played good, but if I was Chiesa, I would have opened my legs and just let it go in. And then just but honestly, because I'm getting pissed, I'm getting pissed with this guy, man, Slot. I'm like I've been saying as a broken record, he has until the end of the month, maybe not even. But if he loses another 2 games, let's say, I mean, how can we justify him staying? I don't know. I don't. Maybe I'm just being reactive, but I really think the rest of this month is pivotal for his the rest of his Liverpool tenure, if he's going to stay or not. And not that I'm one to say that another manager would make a big change, but at least he will give other players a chance, which is what Klopp was doing. He's rotating in and out players. That's what I want to see. Yeah, what do you guys think? I was holding this back the whole entire podcast, so you guys tell me what you.
You want to
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
Amir.
David?
I'll say it last.
I honestly, it's a tough situation to be in as a Liverpool fan right now because you had the best summer ever, like
Yeah,
in the
I was
in
done.
the club's
We always
history, and
say it.
I thought we were gonna
The
end with
team that
100.
wins.
I thought we were gonna end with 100 and 5 points or something.
but hear me out. I feel maybe with adding that many quality players, I mean, of course, the pressure increase in the locker room, but also maybe Slot is too focused to justify the purchase to try to fit these players in the system that he has ignored a part of the game management because like I feel like every single game that Liverpool go in this season they are behind in the game management aspect. Like they might have a plan A
Yeah,
on like how to try to win it, but the game itself changed within like when the game is being played, and you can see the other teams adapting to what Liverpool are trying to do and beat it in the
yeah,
game. And Liverpool has no clue what to do, like how to react. Like there's no plan B. There's no other ways to try to get a win or get a tie or get a goal back. And I've always felt with Liverpool, every time you guys won, or every like even those last minute goals when you guys would be down and then come back, this was just players improvise. It's nothing tactical. It's nothing that was done in the training ground before. So it
and that's why we
really
couldn't
puts
sustain it, because it was
yeah
just moments of players, brilliant moments, but it's not something sustainable.
yeah yeah. I think that there is some aspects like of poor game management. But again, with the losing spell that you guys have been on, the pressure has been on Slot for like I think at the highest point right now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he gets some grace because it's Sunderland. They're playing great, but I'm not in a state where I can give him any grace. Liverpool is in 8th place, 7 wins, 1 tie, 6 losses. It's not acceptable, regardless of how many players you have. I don't know. I think yeah, I could probably say a lot more, but I agree with what you here.
See, I do feel for him. I do feel for him in a way because he was put into a lose-lose situation, right? Where because if let's face it, right? If Slot came onboarded with no pressure,
Hmm.
right? It was an aging team. Not a lot of people expected anything from Liverpool last season.
Yeah,
They went ahead and won the league, right? So he's a victim of his own success kind of way. And to me it just feels mighty and unfair when people just say, "Oh, this was just Klopp's tactics, muscle memory." Football doesn't work that way. Football doesn't work that way. That
yeah,
guy clearly studied how even if he just reapplied Klopp's tactics, he clearly studied the team. He knew he got a winning formula. It worked. Yes, Liverpool hasn't been great since March. That's just
yeah.
I mean, they haven't been great to me when I watch them.
Mhm.
Since March of last year. They limped to a league title because Arsenal had zero competition to them.
Hmm.
So he's a victim of his own success in a way. If Slot went ahead and got top 4 last season, Liverpool was 8th this season, the pressure wouldn't be as high on him right now. But because of the expenditure, because of the summer Liverpool had, I do think he was put into a position where the only way to win is to win. And that's not a great position to put a manager who's just managing the top 5 leagues right now. I do feel for him, but echoing what you guys are saying, I do not think there is a way out of this mess for him. I think another point that I want to bring up is that leadership figures in the squad have kind of also let him
Diminished.
down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've let him down massively. Van Dijk is having one of his worst seasons I've seen in recent memories, and again, that's due to the nature of how high his standards are.
I blame the people around him. I don't blame fully Van Dijk. I
I
don't.
mean, well, I do because he's the captain of the team, right? He's
Konate, I mean, how can you carry a team
terrible,
if you have a horrible
terrible.
partner? And then you have a brand new left back. Kirk has started the first 4 games, who's making mistakes like that. Then you're kind of
I
left on
know
no man's land. You're doing 2 jobs at once.
I have kind of a hot take on this, and I know a lot of Liverpool fans don't like it, but I do think losing Trent was losing a massive leadership figure
Yeah.
in the dressing room. That guy breathed Liverpool. He was the boyhood Liverpool guy. Yes, he left the club not in the most glamorous fashion,
Yeah.
but getting Frimpong and keeping Connor Bradley
Frimpong
was
has been a donkey.
just
Has been a donkey so far. Literally. He's like a piece of paper that gets injured. I don't know what player I can compare him to, but he pisses me off. Like, go to the gym, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do something. You get injured like a feather.
Get Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
That's not an
And
ad.
every video they make on YouTube, he's always laughing, and then the next game he's injured.
Well, yeah, I do think the best 2 players this season are the 2 ones that have stepped up
Jubin.
that no one expected them to, which is Dominic Szoboszlai,
Yeah.
who's been Liverpool's best player for me
Yeah.
this season,
Who's the second?
and also Chiesa,
Yeah.
and I
Jeez.
would say Cody Gakpo. I think people get on this guy too much.
It's just the
He's
inconsistency.
doing he's doing what people who are getting paid 400,000 a week are not doing.
Yeah.
Okay, Salah is not having a great season, way below his standards. Dropping him from a managerial perspective,
Big call.
okay, he probably just did it to kind of assert dominance a bit because let's face it, a lot of teams were targeting Salah's not tracking back. Chelsea, for example, I think Kukurea said it in the post game interview,
Oh,
is
did he
that they
really?
targeted Salah not to track back, and that's how they won the game. So he probably did it as a kind of a way to assert dominance on him. But I feel like people get on Cody Gakpo way too harshly. Plot, I don't think there is a way out of this mess. I think a change is needed.
You think you're saying out, slot out as well?
No, it comes to a point where you can't. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. Like even if he wins, right? He's gonna stumble again,
It's
and
not gonna
then
be on his back.
all that bent up pressure on him is gonna pile back on him again, and then some. He's not gonna win the league this season. Might not
100%.
even win a trophy this season.
I'm just concerned if we can make it in the top 4. That's my, worry right now. That's the thing that we're
I mean,
going
there is
for.
top 5 right now. I
5.
think Liverpool has as good of a chance as anyone else.
Let's see.
I think the results were correct, but I do think a change is needed just
Yeah.
for the dressing room, for the fans.
I'm
There's a
ready
lot of pressure on Slot.
for the change. Okay, we talked about Liverpool. Let's go to the last team that we'll talk about. Manchester City, Amir. You guys
Such an embarrassing
have
week.
conceded 6 goals in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
I should have gotten rid of every Manchester City defender I had in fantasy. I have no idea why I kept them. It was a complete wrong decision. Kicking 4 goals against Fulham. But I'll let you take it away, Ani. You guys are not in cruise control.
I honestly, I don't know where to start. At least we scored. That's the kind of team, you say you try to, you're going to concede a lot, but you try to beat that by scoring more. And
That's like
those last
Liverpool,
2
like
games,
Brendan Rodgers style. That's the.
I I honestly don't know where to start. At least we scored the goals, but well, the situation that we were put in the last two games, it's I'm not happy to see as a Man City fan. I think I can sense why this happened, and maybe I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but in these type of games, we get to score like 2, 3 goals, 5 goals, whatever, and then we kill the game by controlling it completely.
Yeah.
And the main man that used to help us do that,
Rodri?
to help us get out of pressure, no, Ederson. We
Huh.
miss in
That's the
these type
first
of
time I've ever
games
heard you say you miss Ederson.
I
eh,
I actually kind of agree as well, but go ahead.
because in these type of games, I'm starting to sense that these teams are pressuring us more in the second half. That is, of course, pushing Man City to play more in the back. And when you don't have, I mean, of course, we're missing Rodri because who has been a pivotal figure in the past few years and help orchestrate the game and get us out of pressure. But also, you're missing the extra man in the back that used to carry all the pressure and get you out of like any kind of man marking and pressure that any of the teams would put on you. And that's exactly, I feel like, what happened against Leeds. We were 2-0 up. Came in the second half, we got pressured. I think it was a lot of mispassing. Play. Sorry, what's it? Donnarumma couldn't really get the ball where it needs to be. The defense felt the pressure. They weren't as comfortable passing back to the keeper, so they started doing a lot of mispassing, miss balls, and that's how we conceded. Except for Foden's brilliance, we would have probably tied this game.
It's been
The same
fire.
Yeah, and I feel like what was even worse was the Fulham game because we were 5-1 up,
And you should
and
have
again,
tied 5-5 if we're being honest. I mean, let's just say that.
it would have been, yeah, it would have been a
Very
5-5.
very good argument to say that that was a penalty.
And the goal
Yeah,
line clearance.
I
Wasn't that the goal line
and
clearance?
yeah, from Guardiola in the
Yeah.
last minute. The same way Fulham came in the second half, they pressured us like up to our box. Man City players couldn't deal with it. Our defense, Guardiola and Ruben Dias. And Guardiola is making a lot of mistakes, but he's recompensating it one way or the other by the goal line clearance or scoring a goal
Yeah.
against Leeds. But it's still a disaster in the back. And I honestly feel these players were in this type of style of play that we're trying to do, we are tending to accept the play more, but because we have Donnarumma in the back that could probably save us. But also we're missing the extra man that could help us get out of pressure easily. And one fact I want to share with you guys, in the Leeds game and the Fulham game, Donnarumma made 0 saves. So in these
Yeah,
type of
I read
games,
that too.
when your goalkeeper is not on his day, you expect to concede a lot. Because I
I
cannot
think
say
that's harsh though. I
anything.
don't think any of those goals were his mistakes, by the
No,
way.
I agree. No, I agree. But in the previous games, I feel like nothing has changed a lot. Like teams are used to pressuring us now because we don't have the extra man in the back. But at least you would see Donnarumma making some saves, so the scores weren't as high. We still conceded, and sometimes we kept a clean sheet. But when Donnarumma is not making those saves, you expect to concede a lot of goals. Probably that was a very basic dive
Saved the
into like
penalty,
I
right?
feel like where I think the issue is. What?
He saved the penalty, right?
He saved the penalty, but then it deflected. It was
But
like
when
a second ball that went in. Yeah, I mean, against the Fulham game, Holland was very unlucky. He got 2 crossbars, so it could have been a 7-4. That's such a thrilling game. But I don't know. What do you guys think based on what I said?
Go ahead, Max, and I can go last.
I mean, I don't have any analysis specific stuff to say. I just want to say you guys look great up front, and I thought Nico Gonzalez was doing good up until the past two games. At least that's what I was thinking. I don't know. I'm just all I know focused on attack. Foden has been fantastic. He's kept Marmoush out. Doku has been good. Holland is, even though he's maybe struggled against Leeds, he's still fantastic. And I mean, you guys, I don't know how much you guys can sustain this kind of conceding games and trying to win games like that because we've seen you guys lose against Newcastle. You guys lost against Leverkusen. It's not, it's kind of an up and down, kind of like Chelsea, it looks like. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I wasn't too concerned about the Leverkusen game, to be honest, but
That just
Newcastle, I
happened.
feel, yeah.
yeah.
But I agree with you, but I don't think this will continue the same. I think we will improve for sure, and we will learn a lot from these two games. I have trust in Guardiola to help us get out of this.
I
But
can't pinpoint a certain change in players or change in system from when you guys were on fire, beating Liverpool 3-0, and then you guys were winning a bunch of games. I don't think there was a big change after Newcastle game. I think maybe it's just momentum, confidence. I don't know.
I think teams are changing their style against us, and we have to adapt.
Yeah.
I have a couple points
Yes.
yeah. I think I saw a chart the other day where I think City ranked the highest by far, and Leeds ranked close second. It was distance covered per 90 ratio to running. So
Mm.
running distance per 90 compared to the distance covered per 90, City ranked first. And that's no coincidence because Pep Linders, from Liverpool, that's his bread and butter. And he wrote an entire book on it, Intensity.
Mhm.
Great book, by the way. I've finished it. It was a great read. But the thing is with Man City, first of all, I find that Khuzanov situation crazy. I find it fascinating how he suddenly just became on the bench, and you're playing a right back who's not a right back, and you're playing a left back who's not a left back. And the more fascinating thing is that you played Leeds. What was it? Sunday? We played
Yeah.
Leeds on Sunday.
Saturday. Yeah.
Tuesday, you
On
play
Saturday.
Fulham. Not a single change in your lineup.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
and after you got battered by Leeds, like Ellen Road is a very tough ground to go to. Well, sorry, no, that was a home game. Sorry, you played at the Etihad, right?
Against Leeds, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So you knew you were going away to London at a tough ground in Craven Cottage, a ground where basically the billboards are and fans are literally right
Yeah.
there from the
I went there this year without you guys.
Rodri came back from injury, not the same. He's not the same
He's
Rodri.
definitely not the same.
He's got glass limbs. He gets injured a lot. He's always doing his hamstring over and over again. And even when he plays, it doesn't look the same. And maybe yeah, he's a victim of his own success type of thing. He was a Ballon d'Or player type of player. But yeah, it doesn't look the same. For City, there's something systematically flawed. But I trust Guardiola enough to be able to fix it. Of course, one of the best to ever do it. But Ayet Nouri being on the bench, not getting a right back in the summer, playing with Matthews Nunes, and what was it? I forgot who played at left back that game.
O'Reilly.
You have
Oh,
Rico Lewis.
O'Reilly as well.
I mean, Rico
Yeah,
Lewis doesn't play.
and
Yeah.
he plays from time to time, but I feel like a lot of the league is catching on what you're trying to do. It's the same thing, just with different pawns. Um, I
And
you know
yeah. I was gonna say, to piggyback on what you said about the running a lot, that's something that completely against what Guardiola usually tries
yeah.
to he
So
tries
that
to
that
do.
that sudden change in systems,
Yeah.
I think, really hurt the team, especially if you're playing a game every 3
Yeah.
days.
I even told Max at the beginning of the season, I really don't care if we win or lose. I'm enjoying the change in the style of play. I can see it as a Man City fan. It's something I'm not used to. But I think, of course, the players, that's something that they have to adapt to, and being under pressure. And um, again, when in these type of situations, when we're up like 5-1, Man City is going to hold position for like 75% of the time. That didn't happen in that type of game. We sat back and we tried to defend. We conceded 4 goals.
I mean, I do want to say though, I feel like City has been a little unlucky because I've been on the losing side of these things, just as you are. Let's just be realistic. Fulham scored 4 goals from a 0.8 xG game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That never happens, right? Same with Leeds. They scored 2 goals from 0.6 or
Yes.
0.7, right? And yes, Donnarumma maybe has been a factor, but I think to Ederson's point, a goalkeeper and a defender's half of their ability is confidence. If you have a goalkeeper that doesn't fully fill you up with confidence, you know, Van Dijk and Allison being one of two people that have been famous for that, right? The half of their ability is confidence. If you don't have that confidence, especially with the ball at their feet, they tend to get, that diminishes their ability. Donnarumma right now doesn't look like the Donnarumma of the PSG, doesn't look like Donnarumma of Italy that we know. That will correct. He's young, he's got plenty of experience.
Yeah.
I do expect City to correct. But, we're talking all that smack about City. They're only 5 points behind Arsenal,
Yeah.
right? They're not that far off. If
Yeah.
Guardiola suddenly finds a winning formula again, they can push Arsenal till the end.
No, I agree. And that's why I'm okay with it happening. At least we won 2 games. I think City benefited from Chelsea tying to
Mhm.
Arsenal the most, and I know we can bring it back. Like we can definitely bring the pressure on Arsenal, and I have no doubt.
Yeah.
And I think Liverpool and City will be there in the top 5. There's no doubt in my mind. I feel like I do want to give a shout out though to Marco Silva, the Fulham manager. He's one of my favorite managers in the league. Him and Anthony Iraola.
Yeah. Ariel.
Fulham is full of issues as a team and as a board. Their fans are protesting,
They
but
didn't
the
bring
only
any
good
signings.
yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly, and it's not like their choice, right?
Yeah.
Because their club is up for sale. But throughout all that turmoil, all that pressure in the club, Marco Silva is still making these types of performances,
Yeah.
right? He looks courageous, the same as
Yeah.
Anthony Iraola in Bournemouth. They look like they belong in this league.
Yes. Agreed. Okay. Well, I think we broke down the big teams. We're gonna leave Manchester United and Tottenham out of the top 6 conversation.
I mean, we can go through it very, very quickly. I think
Yeah. I think
Tottenham
Tottenham
is,
lost
is
against Fulham and tied against Newcastle with a last second bicycle kick, if you want to call it that.
That was a fun device.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It was not really bicycle. He did the bicycle, I guess. But Tottenham is in shambles. Do you guys? The only question I want to ask about this is, do you think that Thomas Frank should be given more time? Do you think the problem is with Spurs in general? And do you think that a new manager would change anything? 3 different questions.
okay. I'll try to answer all of them very quickly. Yes, he should be warranted more time because let's face it. Okay, Tottenham came off a 17th in the league season.
Yeah,
They're not gonna finish that, right?
yeah,
They are improving in the league, right? That squad did not set a high standard by any means. Yes, they won the Europa League. We're talking about knockout teams, right? They haven't set a press. Their opponent was Man United, who was in 15th,
yeah,
right? So in terms of a league title, you went from Ange Postecoglou, a manager who suicidally presses their opponent on their halfway line in a suicidal manner,
yeah,
to a manager that does the complete opposite. So of course that's going to take time.
yeah.
What was
And then
the other two
is
questions? I'm
it a
sorry.
problem with Spurs themselves, or is it the manager's problem?
Well, they need to figure out their identity themselves, right? And I feel like that's the biggest issue with Tottenham, right? They don't know who they are or who they want to
And it's
become.
always been like that for
Yeah,
for
they don't know
past 10 years. I don't know. Um, would a different manager change anything?
momentarily, but then it will it
Go
will
up.
it will plateau,
Yeah,
right? So no, I think yes, Frank right now doesn't look like a great fit, but because that's not his squad.
yeah,
He didn't assemble that, right? They just told him, get us results. So, of course, the football is not going to look great because that's also the team was suicidally pressing for 2 years straight. You're going from that to a
control.
team that very different, plays on the long throw with Danso, right? Is a very different tactic, and players will need to gel.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I do think he's not doing pretty bad. Think if it gets pretty bad, they're probably gonna sack him.
I
But they need
Fun
to figure
fact
out what
though,
their goals are this season.
yeah, I read a fun fact that Angie Postecoglou got more points at this stage more than Thomas Frank last year,
wow.
which doesn't mean anything. But
Yeah, that's
if
surprising.
for those people that like the number
Yeah,
comparison game,
I think that Thomas Frank has less time than we realize, just because of the history with the
Pressure from the
history,
fans,
and
definitely.
also it's. I just think there's gonna be a lot of the, you know, he's doing what happened with the, the manager that went to Chelsea. What's who the Brighton? I'm blanking. Who was the Brighton coach that went to Chelsea and got fired?
Graham Potter.
Graham Potter. He's
Grandpa.
doing that. He's coming from a smaller team and he can't make the step up. And it's clear. Look at the results. Time to get him out and get a top class coach. Well, you guys already tried that with Mourinho. You already tried that with XYZ. So it's not. It doesn't
And
matter.
why would they go there?
You know.
Like it's one thing trying to convince someone to go there, but why would the top coach subject themselves to that?
100%. Yeah.
Spurs need to figure out first. This is our project, and this is how we're gonna go from A to Z. Currently, they don't have that. Currently,
Yeah.
they do not have that identity. We strive to be top 4 team. Okay, that's the blueprint for that. They don't have a blueprint.
It's exactly what it says in the job title. That's the goals. I don't even know if it's top 4. Probably just top 6 is their goal.
I think I'm giving Frank, and I've been very lenient on this podcast so far. Typically, I'm not. Okay, for
I'm
those who are
surprised.
listening, but Frank, I feel sorry for him in a way because he, when you're winning, everything is great,
Yeah.
right? No one, but when you're losing with this type of performances, like I think when they played Chelsea, they didn't shoot one shot on target. They didn't have a single
Yeah.
shot on target. They played terribly. That Fulham game, they were lucky to score that goal. They didn't play well at all. They look out energized
Yeah.
every single game. When you're losing with these types of performances, it's gonna get a lot of pressure from the fans. So, do I think he should be getting more time? Yes. Do I think he's gonna get more time?
No.
No.
Okay. Agreed on that. Okay, let's take a quick break, guys, and we are going to go to next week's predictions. See you guys in a second. All right, welcome back, guys. We are going to get into the predictions. I have not updated the score, but I can tell you that I'm still winning, probably.
I got better.
How bad is Amir doing? Gee.
Amir was
No,
10 points
dude, nah.
behind last time, so we'll have to see how good you did the past 2 weeks. I'll definitely update the score, but we get to see how accurate David's predictions are live now in real time.
He's pretty good.
Let's see. We're going to start, guys, with Saturday, December 6th. First game, Aston Villa versus Arsenal. David, let's start with you.
Early kickoff
Yes.
at the Emirates Stadium.
This one is Aston
Villa has-
Villa.
They're playing away.
Yeah.
They're playing at Villa Park.
At Villa Park?
Villa Park, yeah.
That's a tough game. Villa has been doing fantastically. They're back in the top 4 now. But I do think even this shapes out to be a perfect storm against Arsenal. But I do think they're gonna BS a goal. Oh, there's something about Arsenal. They would never lose, and this is why I'm tipping them for. I'm going. If Gabriel still is out, I'm gonna.
Very sure he will be.
I'm going 2-2.
2-2. Wow. Okay. Amir, you go ahead. I still need to think about it now.
I actually was going to say 1-1.
1-1.
I
Okay.
mean, that's my hope, you know.
Yeah. Aston Villa, this is a really good test for Arsenal. I mean, not that we need more tests, but this is a good team in form. I mean, Aston Villa has conceded 3 goals against Brighton today, which is probably not the best. So I'm gonna go actually with the Arsenal win, though. I think Aston Villa has shown that they have cracks, even they lose against a crappy Liverpool team. I still don't think they have what it takes. So I'm gonna go Arsenal.
That game is the early kickoff, right?
Yes.
7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's lunchtime. Yeah. So yeah, that's a tough away day. That's a very tough away day.
Okay, David, it's gonna come back to you. Bournemouth at home versus Chelsea.
Big game.
Bournemouth is not in form, so you guys are lucky, but They still need to
Chelsea
prove.
have been good at home this season. I think they only lost in the calendar year. They lost 3 to 4 games
But this
at
one's
home.
Bournemouth at home. So with Chelsea away.
So this is at
Yeah, this is in, or I don't know, wherever Bournemouth. What is that?
the
Craven
Liberty
Cottage.
Stadium.
Liberty
Liberty
Stadium.
Stadium. Uh, uh, that's a tough game. Okay, I'm gonna try to stay not biased here. I'm gonna start. Caicedo being out is major, but Palmer being back, I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay, I can see it. Amir,
I'm going 3-2 Chelsea.
going with the high conceding game. Yeah, I actually think the 3-2 is pretty realistic. I'm gonna go with, just to be different. I don't know if it's gonna happen. No, I can't do it.
No, go with your gut, man.
I
No,
can't
don't
do it.
take
My gut
back.
is saying 3-2 as well, but I'm gonna go with you said 2-1, David, right?
I said 2-1. Yes,
Okay, I'll go with 2-2. Let's go with 2-2.
I was gonna go with that, but then I was like, nah. You know what? Yeah, I think they're gonna probably take some takeaways from Leeds' defeat today. They're
Yeah,
probably not gonna rotate much. They're gonna go full strength.
yeah. I didn't mention it before, but Pedro Neto is fire. Yeah, I hope he keeps playing. I have him in fantasy. He's been fantastic. All right. um, not necessarily a relegation battle. Everton versus Nottingham Forest, two teams that are kind of on the come up back from their dips. How about I start this one? I will go with a tie. I think both teams are kind of neck and neck. I will go with a one. Amir, 1-0.
Is
Okay.
this at the City Ground or Hill Dickinson?
This is Everton. Is that
So Hill Dickinson, the
yes?
new ground.
Interesting.
I like Everton, man. Like the story about them this season is fascinating. New owners, new stadium, new manager. I like David Moyes,
Yes.
but I also like Sean Dyche too. I feel like this is gonna be a cagey game. I'm going 1-0 Everton.
Okay, I can definitely see that. It's gonna be low scoring for sure. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a cagey game. There's not gonna be that many highlights.
Okay. All right. Next game, Manchester City at home versus the on fire team Sunderland. Amir, what do you think? How many goals are you gonna concede? Define better. Okay. Go ahead, David.
I'm going for a shock 1-0 Sunderland.
I was actually going to say I was gonna say that
Yeah,
as well. I'm
I'm going
gonna
for a shock win. 1-0 Sunderland. Sunderland is the exact type of team in my head that can give City so much grief
I'm going Sunderland
in my
2-1.
mind.
Sunderland 2.
2-1 is more realistic actually because they do score a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go.
Yeah. I think you guys are gonna lose.
Sunderland is right now is a terrible team to play against. I do think they're gonna get tired eventually. They're not gonna keep that high going because they don't have enough depth for that. But with City playing, yeah,
A good hope. That's a good hope. Okay. Newcastle United versus Burnley. I can start. I'm gonna
St
go
James's Park.
yes, in James's Park. I will go with a Newcastle win. Burnley is really struggling in the Premier League. They have not gotten a win since October 26th against Wolves, and I think Newcastle's on fire. Gonna say Newcastle. David, what do you think?
I'm going more.
Thanks.
I'm going 4-1. St James's Park is a terrible ground, and to go there on a Saturday,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. All pretty. similar. We're all going to be wrong. This is the kind of games that we all get wrong, right? Burnley ends 1-0. Burnley wins 1-0. Okay, Tottenham, Thomas Frank returning back to Brentford. He's not. It's not at home. It's at Spurs. Yeah, they're playing at Spurs Stadium. So Tottenham versus Brentford. David, you start.
I think that's gonna be a terrible game to watch from a neutral perspective. That's just like if you're actually tuning into that game,
God bless.
having no stakes at it, I feel for you. But I think that's gonna be a 1-1.
Amir, give me a second to think. You go first. 2-1 Brentford. Yeah,
Shocking at home. They've been terrible.
I'm gonna be a little different, even though I don't think it's gonna happen. But I'm gonna say this is the game that's gonna change it. I'm gonna go with Tottenham win, 3-2 against Brentford.
3. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a feeling Brentford is a little leaky, and not that Spurs have players that can score that many goals, but I think that they can do it. I'm gonna go with it. Kudos is gonna show up.
But how are you guys doing the prediction score? Are you like choosing one game and that game to be the double? Or no? Okay.
Oh no, we
Okay.
haven't done that. That's an interesting theory. 1 point of right winner. Yeah. Um. Okay, last game for Saturday, guys. I have to start on that one. Leeds United versus Liverpool. I'm gonna still say Liverpool will win. Salah back in the lineup, hopefully. Hopefully some kind of change. I cannot predict us to lose, and I don't think we can tie this. But I'm not gonna go convincing. I'm gonna go with 2-1 against Leeds. I don't think we keep clean sheets. So, uh, Amir, what do you think? But and they beat Chelsea.
Mash Chelsea, yeah.
I'm not worried. You're just returning back to Manchester City's gonna lose. 1-1. Okay.
I think Leeds blew their load. خلاص يعني there's nothing left in the
That's what I'm
tank because
saying.
playing City, Chelsea, and Liverpool back to back.
That
That's
sucks.
a
Who put
tough
that schedule
schedule
together, dude?
in a week, in like 7 days. Like one of the first games of the season, they like lost 5-1. Bucharest like got a hat trick
I
or
mean, they played
something.
Aston Villa the week
Um,
before Man City.
I think Liverpool smashes them. I'm going 3-0.
I don't know where we can score 3 goals from. Who in our team can score
That's
3 goals?
very optimistic.
I don't know, bro.
I'm going 3-0. I mean,
We didn't
let's
even
just
have
face it.
we had an own goal today. It wasn't even our own goal. We had an own goal.
Leeds just Leeds doesn't have the personnel, right?
Yeah,
They're running on all heart.
I agree.
And this game is at Anfield, right?
No, it's in Leeds.
At Ellen Road.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm changing my pick. I'm saying
3-1. Okay. Concede. Nice. Okay.
the amount of effort they've exerted the last week or so, they can't keep doing it.
Yeah,
They can't keep. And then Daniel Farka is not gonna play defensive game. He's gonna try to outrun you, but I don't think they have enough left in the tank.
yeah.
To,
Agreed. Okay, let's go to the Sunday games. Brighton playing West Ham United. David, want to start?
yeah, I really like Brighton. I really like Fabian Hertzler, their manager.
They are
But
pretty
I
in.
do think this is a test of maturity. I think Nuno Santos gonna come out victorious of that one. This is the classic game where Brighton drops points. I'm going 2-1 West Ham.
Okay, Amir. Yeah, I'm gonna actually agree with. No, you know what? I'm gonna go 1-1. I'm gonna go 1-1. I think West Ham probably has the upper hand, but I still think I don't think I can separate them too far enough to pick a winner. I'm gonna go 1-1. This just seems like a late West Ham Bowen goal or something. 86.
I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game to
Yeah.
watch.
Okay. Fulham guys versus Crystal Palace. Fulham at
Great
home.
London derby. Great London derby. That.
Amir, you go ahead. Crystal Palace hasn't been the best. They are right, but low scoring.
Who's still injured for Palace?
Let's
So they
see.
got Mateta back. Munoz is still
Just Munoz
playing.
and Robinson. That's all. So from Crystal Palace is Sar
I
and
knew Smaida
Dupere.
Sar was out.
That's all.
I'm gonna go first. I'm going. This is Selhurst Park, right?
No, Craven Cottage.
In Craven Cottage. I'm still going 2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace.
Yeah, I think also the same thing. Fulham exerted a lot of energy midweek,
Yeah.
and they played, I think, on Friday before playing City, either Friday or Saturday. So yeah, they're very exhausted right now. I think this is shaping out to be a perfect banana skin for them.
They both have pretty shallow squads. I mean, both of them don't really have much players to rotate, so they're neither of them are blood.
Quality versus quality. I'm picking Palace all day. I think
Yeah.
Yeremi Pino, Mateta, they out quality.
Okay. Amir, do you have the score? Okay.
That's gonna be a feisty game.
I don't know why. I'm thinking of Fulham win still. I'm gonna go. I just think Crystal Palace are up and down, and I think it's gonna be 1-0 Crystal Palace. That's sorry, 1-0 Fulham. 1-0 Fulham. Yeah, wrong team. Okay, 1-1. Okay, let's go to the last game of the week.
United.
Manchester United, who are the former relegation battle from last year at 15th place, coming up against Hampton. I had to make sure to mention it. What do you guys think?
Hey man, you're down with them now. You can't
Hey,
be
no,
talking smack
they're
about
still in,
them.
they're ninth, bro.
You're handshaking, button elbows with them.
Listen, we're not gonna steep down to their level yet right now. I can start.
Not literally, at least.
I can start. I think Manchester United win this. I don't think Wolves has the solution anytime soon. And I think Manchester United will win this 2-0. Maybe even more, but I'm gonna keep it not too high scoring. David?
I think this is a routine win, and the thing is, we didn't talk about Man United. So I do want to mention this. I think they've been unlucky with some results.
Mm,
They've definitely been playing well. It definitely looks like they're finally gelling.
yeah,
The feeling now is that they finally have some sort of structure.
yeah.
Maybe not the right one with the players he has, but at least there is one, right?
You know how they're gonna look. You know their shape. You know it's the yeah.
Exactly. It's not the right personnel. Just feels like a system is in place now. Finally, I'm gonna go routine, but I'm not gonna give them a clean sheet. I'm going 4-1.
4-1. Okay,
4-1.
Amir.
Yeah. We look at Wolves. Wolves in danger, man.
They're
We look at their schedule. We don't know where the points are
You
coming
can't
from.
come back from 2 points in January
That's like Derby County,
unless they win.
11
Unless
points.
they win at least a game and get a yeah. I don't know, at least one game this month. But I mean,
They look doomed. They look
yeah, I
doomed.
think it's
The
done for them.
championship is a reality now. They're gonna have to face.
That's unfortunate for them. It all went wrong once they sold Ainori, Pedro Neto, Raul Jimenez. I mean, there's multiple things that happened.
It was all because of FFP, right? They had to sell due to FFP regulations, right, and laws. So it's not entirely their fault. They're
Yeah,
selling all these players, but they sold and never bought anything, and whatever they
they're
bought
left with crap
was
now.
just never Premier League quality.
Yeah, 100%. Um, okay, guys, that wraps up all the games predictions for this uh, next coming weekend. David, before you hop off, I just wanted to ask your kind of predictions for Chelsea as a whole for the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll have you on again, but what is, kind of closing thoughts? What would you say? What would make you happy, and what do you expect, the season to end for Chelsea?
What would make me also what would make me happy? What would make me happy? I'm happy right now, right? I feel like the team is overperforming.
Yeah,
If I don't want to go into that like we're the underdog mentality, but at the same time, we gotta give Maresca some credit. He's overperformed so far up to this point. Um, I would like, but with that being said, you can't help but feeling wanting more.
100%. Yeah,
I think that's the stage I'm at right now. We've won this, we've won that. Can't stay underdog forever, right? You can't stay the underdog forever. You're gonna have to become the top dog.
time to step
And
up.
I do think Chelsea is on the way for that. I don't think realistically being top four, top five is around where we're gonna be, and I'm not mad at that. What I do want to see is a run deep in the Champions League, a run deep in the FA Cup, maybe and a trophy. I want to see a trophy this season, and I want to see a respectable run in the Champions League.
Hmm.
Do I think we're capable of doing it? Absolutely. I think we're capable of doing it,
Okay.
especially if the luck of the draw plays in your favor. History showed you can do it. Ajax went to the semifinal, right? That's
Yes.
not something out of the realm of possibility, and it happens year in year out. Benfica got to the semifinal. Villarreal got to the semifinal. So it is something that's doable. It is
Yeah.
something that's
Spurs got to the
achievable.
final. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
we got to
yeah.
say that.
But I mean, that's one of the best ever Spurs teams.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, is definitely doable. But that's where I'm at.
Okay.
And I think next season get everything in line. And if I come on, I'll probably it depends where we are in the season. I do think Maresca should not be under any pressure to like deliver a league title right now, or people expecting him to win a
Yeah.
league title or anything like that. He's already
He's the
over
best
delivered last
manager for
season.
Chelsea. No question
He
right now.
he needs time. He needs time.
Yeah. Agreed. Amir, do you have anything else you wanted to say? Hot take, roast Chelsea at all or anything before we go? I see you every week. What do
He
you
was
expect?
expecting nothing.
I expect second place, right? What is your expectation for Man City?
I mean,
Historically it has, I don't know what the stats are, but like has a team that has conceded, I don't know what you've conceded, your goal difference is plus 16. You've conceded 16 goals compared to 7 goals from Arsenal. I don't know what the stats are, but I feel like you can win a league with a really good defense. And I've talked about it. I don't know if you can win a league with leaky defense. And yeah, David probably knows the stat. Second place. Yeah,
it's the Rodri year.
prime. Yeah,
John Stones.
yeah,
Again, I'll stand by this. We're sitting here saying City sucks. They're only 5 points away from Arsenal, and
yeah.
Arsenal's supposed to be the best team in the world. And I'm not saying that as a dictative. They are, if not the best team, they're one of the best
Okay.
teams. But City is not that far off of them point tally wise. They just need to sort themselves out defensively, and that's gonna take a lot.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal already has something that's working. It's getting results for them.
I was,
I agree.
I think the last thing I was gonna say is I think Arsenal, the mentality this season is a mentality of winners. I think they've gotten sick of coming second. I think the hunger is at an all-time high. I think you can see it in these kind of games that could have ended a 1-0 loss. The reason they're ending a 1-1, that extra drive, that extra push is coming
Hmm.
from that hunger and that change in mentality. So I don't think I don't think any team right now can match them with that sense of.
It's a long season.
I
Never say
know.
never.
We will
But
see. We'll see. But
right now, they are definitely the
in terms of the
favorites. They are.
mentality and the depth, I think they beat everybody in the team right now in the league.
I think the very good indication always is how good are you on your bad day.
100%.
Currently, they've been really good on their bad day,
Yes,
which
they
pains
can
me to
still
see.
tie a game even when they're playing
Yeah.
like trash. Yeah,
But the season is long. Fatigue might kick in. Lethargy might kick in. Okay, if you're an Arsenal fan, I get that you're sick of being second right now, which rightfully so, right? But the team right now looks every part of a Premier League winning campaign.
yeah, agreed.
I hate that I say it out loud,
Makes you want to vomit.
but you know, it's that team has been 6 years in the making, right?
Yes.
And that's exactly where City and Liverpool and Chelsea are not. All those
Yeah,
teams are third year in, second year in. Takes a while to instill a winning mentality.
100%. Okay, guys. Well, we'll leave it at that. We are really happy, David, that you came on.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed this episode, and we're gonna make it happen again. Hopefully, we'll pick a day when Chelsea lose against Manchester City or Liverpool. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, thanks to everybody. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, and all the things. And we will see you guys on another episode next time. Bye, guys.